Hello, classroom teachers, assistant principals, principals, grade level administrators. The purpose of this mini lesson is to address the importance of uniform classroom procedures and communication amongst partner teachers as well as the grade level. Every one of you is teaching more than one group of students, thus the importance of these classroom procedures and uniform communication as well. The language objective part of it is simply that you will have an opportunity to then draft, create, plan, and execute this plan. We know at the heart or at the fundamental level, the focus of education has to be on creating the conditions in which students will want and be able to learn. In this case, we are addressing part of creating these conditions through these uniform and unified classroom procedures and modes of communication amongst teachers. So let's get straight to it. Partner teachers, critically important in the grade level, if you're departmentalized, 4th and 5th grade. It's critically important that your procedures are uniform and unified and that they mirror each other. So if the Spanish dual language teacher has one way, the English partner teacher has the exact same way for collecting work. Now, we know partner teachers, especially in 4th and 5th grade, you guys are dealing with multiple homeroom classes and seating charts and rosters and logs. And for this, it's critically important that you have one clipboard or folder for each homeroom class. And that folder or clipboard will then follow the class from teacher to teacher. It's highly recommended that you have a classroom helper or a classroom leader for the week be in charge of making sure that clipboard is following them. Definitely teachers should not take it upon themselves to be the ones who are making sure that child was with the kids. Put the kids in charge. Here's an example of one way students collect, or rather teachers collect homework. They use clothespins. They have one clothespin per student. So in our case, we may have 20 or 26. This forces the kids to put their number to their paper, easy to alphabetize. And then also very quickly, you can glance and see which kids have not turned in their work. So organization is key. When it comes to instructional materials, we have a lot of consumables. So in the case of Studies Weekly, make sure you send them home. Scholastic News, those weekly newspapers, send those home. But if it's a book like Envision Math in English or Spanish, or Measuring Up, those stay in the classroom, but you have to have a way to make sure that you label them per kid or using their homeroom number. The kids early on need to make sure that they learn how to tear at the perforated lines so that they can take the homework home, or that they can pull an entire unit out, which they can then work from. But please do not send the books home. You may or may not get them back. So organization is key. Lastly, regarding communication, you guys are sharing students and you're sharing families. Please use Google Sheets to log your communication with each other. The recommendation is that each grade level have one roster and one tab per homeroom class. This way, at any given moment, the grade level administrator can click on the different tabs to see how we're doing with this mode of communication. It gives also teachers an opportunity, as when you're working with a homeroom or as you're communicating with parents over email or over the phone, that you log this communication to share with your partner teachers. In October, we're going to have our parent conference windows. For our partner teachers, we ask that you together meet with your students if it's kinder through 3rd grade. But this log will be critical in keeping in touch with or communicating with parents the strengths as well as the areas of growth. And they're going to appreciate that you reference back to a conversation that you may have had with them. 4th and 5th grade, you guys are departmentalized. We are not recommending that all 6 of you meet with each family. However, we are recommending that at least the homeroom teacher and perhaps one of the partner teachers meet with the parents. But again, this log will be critical with you pulling information to share from each of the content areas, because especially the homeroom teacher, you are responsible for your homeroom class. So you need to be, it's like you're their parent when you are, when they're at school. So you need to be well-versed in how they're doing in all of their classes. Again, these are for your homeroom students. So an example of that is, here's one that I just quickly, just a mock one that I drafted from where we're collecting reading levels. And here you've got students and you've got reading levels, and as well as information to log some personal information from the kids. If a kid shares with you a like or a dislike or a situation at home, you can log it here. And then a way for you to communicate with your partner teachers, the parent log. Who's been in communication with parents? When did you communicate with parents? What was the discussion about? You guys have amazing memories, but nonetheless, you should not be expected to remember every single conversation. But this gives you an opportunity to log that and then reference it in the future. So thank you again for developing these uniform and unified policies, procedures in your classrooms and at the grade level, so that our kids can be successful in accomplishing our mission. Do not hesitate to reach out to any of us if you have any questions. Thank you very much for all of your hard work. Adios. 再见.